Okay, now we come to lecture 17, which is the last lecture on the brakes, that is the dual air brake system. We have studied earlier systems, hydraulic and mechanical. This is the last of the lot. So let us have a look at this. The system is almost similar to the hydraulic system, except that the master cylinder is replaced by the two-stage compressor and a reservoir, and whereas the wheel cylinders are replaced by brake chambers. Otherwise, the connections basically are the same. This diagram, let's have a look at the layout. A two-stage air compressor. This compresses the air and through an unloader valve fills up the reservoir, which is generally connected to some part of the chassis. Big cylindrical, if you must have seen on the roads, these big trucks, big cylinder, that is a air reservoir. The unloader valve, it maintains a certain pressure. When the pressure is exceeded, then the unloader valve opens and the air goes to the atmosphere. Sometimes while you are traveling on your motorcycle or scooter along with the big truck, you see the swish air coming out. That is the unloader valve is working and the excess pressure is being released to the atmosphere. From the reservoir, before it enters the system, there should be an air filter which filters out any minute particles which are collected through the air. If at all some air needs to be filtered, a little bit moisture content probably, so the air has to be filtered. And this is the brake pedal connected. There are three lines. You will see that how there is a pressure gauge. This is fitted on the driver's front panel. The brake pedal has got three connections. It's connected, you see, to the, here they are these are called the brake chambers. There are four of them with each of the four wheels. We had the wheel cylinders in the hydraulic system. Here you call the brake chamber. This is what it actually looks like. These are the pipes connection, hose pipes, brake chamber. We'll see what this brake chamber consists. It's basically a diaphragm, which when it gets pushed, the lever operates and the brake is operated. This is a brake pedal. This completes the system. Now let's read it, the construction, then we'll come to the working. The system consists of a two-stage compressor driven by crankshaft or gearbox shaft. The aim is to drive the compressor. It may get a drive from either the crankshaft, engine crankshaft, or from the gearbox shaft. Anything. The aim is to drive it. It takes air from the atmosphere. This air enters in from the atmosphere. Whatever a compressor does, compresses it and delivers it to the air reservoir through the unloader valve. When the pressure of the reservoir reaches maximum degree, the unloader valve opens to the atmosphere to release the excess pressure. Each of the four wheels are fitted with brake chambers. With the brake chambers, which consist of a diaphragm, circular diaphragm, and when the air pressure is applied to it, it gets pushed. It's tight, airtight. It gets pushed. Once it gets pushed, it's connected to linkage, and this force operates the cam actuating lever. The cam actuating lever and applies the brake into the wheels. That is the shoes. The shoes inside. Cam actuating lever, it operates, and the brake shoes are against the expanding spring, against the return spring, it is expanded and the brake is applied. This force operates the cam actuating connected to the brake pedal through this force operates the cam actuating lever and applies the brake. Each brake chamber is connected to the brake pedal through hose pipes, as you can see, through hose pipes. Air filter between the brake valve and reservoir cleans the air of minute dust particles and moistures. This is the function of the air filter, cleans the air. Now let us look at the working. When the brake pedal is pushed by the driver, the brake valve opens. This is the brake valve here. Press the brake, just beneath the brake pedal is the brake valve. The brake valve opens, and once it opens, the compressed air, this compressed air is allowed into the opens, and this brake is allowed into the brake chambers. Is allowed into the brake chambers. The brake valve consists of 3 passages. As you can see, the air intake, exhaust is not shown here, it's exhaust, and into the brake chambers. When the brake pedal is pressed, the exhaust passage will be closed. Actually, we want the air to be in the system. The exhaust, which is to the atmosphere, we don't want the exhaust to be open. It should be closed, and air and air intake passage has to be open, and the compressed air goes to the 4 brake chambers. It goes to the 4 brake chambers. During the return of the brake pedal, driver presses the brake pedal. When he finishes the braking is over, he will release the brake pedal. So the brake pedal will come back, will come up. That is called the return. Here, the exhaust passage opens while the intake closes. It's very simple. And used air escapes to the atmosphere. So this is a very simple system. Very simple system. The system is fitted with an emergency mechanical brake which can be used when the air supply fails the air brake system. Suppose there is a leak or something on the road hits one of these pipes. Anything can happen. The reservoir is hit by a stone, or system will leak, and you cannot have a vehicle, such a heavy vehicle, moving without brakes. There is an emergency. Mechanical brake is invariably provided in such a air brake system. The system is also called air assisted hydraulic braking, in fact, because here then the hydraulics, they take over at the final stage. Advantages. 3 advantages. The system is used in heavy vehicles as it is more powerful than the hydraulic or mechanical brake. See, the system used in heavy vehicle larger than 3 ton, 5 ton, 7 ton vehicles. You can imagine the momentum when it's going on the GT road at a speed of about even 60 or 70. To stop that suddenly, it's not possible through mechanical. Hydraulic is also good, but this is better than that. And since it's the most powerful, it is used invariably on very heavy vehicles. It simplifies the chassis design, as I said. It's a very simple system. The chassis, there's hardly any fitment. The reservoir is there. 2-stage compressor is very small. Air filter is very small. And the design is very simple. This is the meaning of that. Now, another advantage is the compressed air is also used additionally for ancillaries like the tire inflation. Even while sitting in the driver's seat, some systems have the driver can supply compressed air to the wheel, particular wheel. This is what the technology is. It is also used air horn. Air horn is most powerful. The big horn, very loud noise which you hear from these heavy vehicles is due to the air horn. It's the most powerful, as far as the decibels are concerned, most powerful horn. Also, it is used for wind screen, wiper, and so on. That means wherever things can be operated by the air, it is used. The only disadvantage is that if there is any leak in any air passage, the entire system will fail. Therefore, the sealing of the air is extremely important. Sealing of the brake valve, sealing of the air filter, razor wire, these points, otherwise this is made of good steel, good gauge, and so many places where the leak and unloader valve also, the joints, here also the joints, there's so many possible places where the system may leak. So this has to be designed very carefully and very particularly, because it's a matter of accident can take place if the system fails. So this, a lot of emphasis is given to the sealing, and very high quality valves and rubber seals are used wherever required. This finishes the air brake. Next time you will see, as per the syllabus, the next chapter. Thank you.